Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest. My third daily update video in a row, recording this at 4:16 p.m. Markets have just closed. The daily auction has just been completed and I've come back to my desk, although I have been on my desk for about an hour, but I've been doing other stuff, playing games and that sort of thing. Now, a little bit of feedback I'd like from you. If you like these types of videos, or if you hate these types of videos, I'd love your feedback, because based off the feedback, I might do these videos more regularly or less regularly if there's a lot of negative feedback. But personally, I actually do like doing these videos simply because this is exactly what I do at around about 4:15 p.m. every single day. There is trading and I am not working at the office. I could be working at home, and I possibly could do these videos if I'm working at home, because I usually take my lunch break at about 4 p.m. That is not a coincidence. Anyway, on to what happened on the ASX today on May the 17th. I'm a shift worker, so I always have to look at the date on my watch to know exactly what day it is. And so it's Wednesday, 17th of May. Now, we have seen some further half-year and full-year results released today, which is understandable, because even though the majority of companies on the ASX released their financial results in February or August, there are a few companies, particularly New Zealand-based companies, who will release their results in May and what's the other one? November. And we have seen a few companies release their results today, and I'll talk about those companies. The first company was a New Zealand-based company called Serko. They released their results at 7:43 a.m. And we know, without even knowing anything about this company, that this is a New Zealand-based company, because typically they release their announcements first. And a lot of times it's before 8 a.m. Therefore, the rest of the companies on the ASX start releasing their announcements. So Serko released their financial year 23 4-year results, 214 pages long. I saw that and went, whoa, they've got all the information there. But they seem to have just merged or combined all the 4-year results announcements into the one document. So we're talking about presentation, media results, the financial year results as well, into the one document. So I actually have preloaded this up onto my computer, just because it would have taken ages to. And let's have a look. Serko is a company I actually have owned in the past, and this was before COVID-19. Because of COVID-19, well, for various reasons, myriad of reasons, I decided to sell my stake in this company. And then, of course, Serko share price went down the tank. And then we also have seen the share price in this company being a well-defined downtrend over the past year or so. So I haven't seen what has happened to the share price in this company just yet. So this is all news for me. But on the surface, things are looking pretty good, or better, for this company, which is understandable, because this is a travel and expense management business. Now, total income only 48 million, but that's up 154%. And they go through some of the other financial results here. My main concern was that EBITDA loss of 21.8 million and a net loss after tax of 30.5 million. That is an improvement of last year, but not as much of an improvement as I probably would like. They've also given some financial year 24 guidance of total income between 63 and 70 million. So that's nearly a 50% increase on financial year 23. So if you'd like to go through this announcement, because this announcement, they do go through sort of a media release, and then they go into a presentation somewhere here. There it is. There it is. Here's a presentation. So I highly recommend going through that document if you are interested in this company. As I've mentioned, my only concern is this company is not profitable. In fact, they're loss-making by about $30 million or something like that, and they're burning through a lot of cash. But let's have a look to see how the market reacted to Serko results. I would guess maybe up a little bit, because the share price and the valuation of this company is down a lot. And I think based off their financial year 24 guidance, maybe market is a little bit excited. I don't know. So let's have a look. Oh, this is exciting. Up 37.7. Whoa, that's a bit of a shock. 37 points. So the market really, really like these results. So Dick's Sporting Goods. Let's have a look at Serko. Okay, this is why I do this every day, because this is a potential breakout for Serko. The share price was in an uptrend, beautiful uptrend, until the 25th of November 2021. Why do we know that was a catalyst for the shift in sentiment of this company? They obviously released, remember, this company releases their results in May and November. So they released the half-year results in November 2021, and they were not good results. Share price down 11.1%, and that broke the momentum in the share price. That was a catalyst to sell out. In fact, you had about a month and a half to sell out. The share price went sideways, and the share price was sort of between about $6 and $6.80 for that month and a half. And then the share price kept on tumbling because sentiment had shifted. The share price was now in the downtrend, and it doesn't look like they released any significantly bad news since then. Maybe on the 27th of September, share price down 14.5%, but the share price definitely in a down trend. This is a potential shift in sentiment for Serko. Won't confirm it just yet. Just going to have to wait to see what happens in the next few trading days. But the very fact that if you look at this one-day candlestick, so it's solid green. This means the share price closed at the high of the day and opened at the low of the day. That's a really bullish one-day candlestick. And if you just have a look at, say a 5-minute chart, you'll see the share price just kept on increasing during the day. And that's exactly what happened. Even if you look at the 1-minute chart, which is going to be, yeah, you won't see much in this. So where is it? 17th, there it is. Yep, so share price opened up a little bit. It opened up 23.6% and just kept on climbing through the day, up 34.4%. So this is an instance where I have done this in the past. When I do see a profit upgrade, and usually it's a profit upgrade, I will buy on the day the company releases that profit upgrade. Very rarely will I buy when a company is up, say, 34.4% on the back of half-year or full-year results, because I just want to wait to see how the market reacts in the following few days, because sometimes you'll see the complete opposite reaction, say tomorrow, which is a Thursday, and you might see the share price down 15, 20% if the market thinks the market overreacted the previous day. So a really bullish one-day trading for Serko. I'll put this on my watch list. My only concerns, as I've mentioned before, this company's not profitable, burning through a lot of cash. But the market is obviously thinking the company can turn that around and eventually become profitable, hopefully within the next few years. So great day for Serko and its shareholders. Now, I'll just actually mention this because someone in my video the other day mentioned Silk Logic's holdings, and there was really big volume on the 16th of May. And I do look at volume, abnormal volume, but I'm looking for abnormal volume over a few days, not just one day. And the simple reason behind this abnormal volume for Silk Logistics yesterday was there was an S3 cross trade or S3 XT trade, a 3.5 million trade, which is why there was abnormally high volume of this day. I typically ignore those sort of big trading days because it really means nothing. It was just a cross trade, and more than likely it was a fund manager, unless it was someone really rich who decided to buy $3.5 million worth of shares of this one company. I was also going to mention Avita yesterday, I completely forgot, but I can mention that later in today's video. So let's go through the rest of the announcements here. And the next announcement was half-year results. So actually, no, it was a trading update, AGM presentation trading update from a company called HT1. Now, I didn't even click on this because this is not a company I really follow because they own radio stations and that sort of thing, which I don't think is a significant growth area in the future. So I typically ignore these type of companies. But let's see how they did. Only up 2% in the day. Share price at $1.04. And if you look at the 52-week trade range, 96 cents is the 52-week low. So just above the 52-week low for that company. So again, not a company I typically would even think about holding unless I see the value. There have to be really good value. And just look at the chart for this company in a downtrend. Share price did get as low as 95 cents, as I mentioned before, and that was in December. But share price not in an uptrend, and this trading update, no reason to even think about taking a position in this company. That's just me. Maybe you're different. Next company was Temple Webster at 8.22. A May business update. This did look a little bullish. on first glance. Just some of the commentary, a little bit bullish in the thinking. 4-year guidance range of 3 to 5% EBITDA reiterated. Cash levels remain $100 million with no debt. So it doesn't look like they're burning through cash. Business has returned to year-on-year growth. Trading improved. So a lot of words, good words they're using. Incredibly satisfying, says the CEO. Back in growth mode, etc., etc. So let's see how the market reacted to Temple and Webster. I wouldn't be surprised if it's up a little bit. Well, up a little bit. 19% is not up a little bit. That's up a lot. Whoa. Temple and Webster. Let's have a look at the chart for Temple and Webster. And again, just based off this, you can see there was massive negative news back in February, which is the half year or full year results, down 27%. And now we get positive results only, or positive action on the chart only, 3 months later. So I wouldn't say this is a shift in sentiment, unlike Serko. Share price was significantly higher not that long ago. So I'll put this on my watch list, but I'm not that convinced things have turned around for Temple and Webster just yet. But it's still that sort of announcement you want to see from these type of companies. But I was sort of surprised it's up. What was it up again? 19%. That's a surprising reaction from the market. Vulcan Energy, I don't really want to talk about them. Incitec Pivot, I've heard that we're pronouncing this company wrong. I can't remember what. They released the half-year results. This is another company. They're into fertilizer, explosives, that sort of thing. I think they're into explosives. Again, not really a company I'm more that interested in. But whenever a company releases the half-year, full-year results, I'm always going to pay attention to how the market reacted to the results. For Incitec Pivot, down 7.8%. And that's not good. So obviously the results were worse than expected, that sort of thing. And, there's no reason, in my opinion, unless you think this company is really high quality, to even think about holding this company right now. Share price has fallen a fair bit from $4.15 down to $2.94 in about 6 months. And share price right now is, if you go to zoom out, actually we'll do the weekly chart. Let's put the weekly chart. This is another reason why you wouldn't even look at that share price. This is a weekly chart going back. This is during the GFC, this little spike. And since the GFC, share price of this company has just gone sideways. So this is definitely, just look at this chart. I know, without even studying this company, doing any research on this company, I know this is not a high quality company. And the only reason I would even think about taking a position in this company is if the share price gets really, really low and they have a really nice dividend yield. And I would think that the share price might increase maybe 50% from that low. Only reason, a trading reason to buy into this type of company. So that's the reason why I didn't even have a look at the half-year results. And again, market hasn't reacted positively. Best and Less at 8.28, trading update. Another company I'm not that keen on right now because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, down 3.8. I believe there's a takeover bid for this company. Proposed takeover offer by entity associated with BBRC. So, that's another reason I probably didn't want to have a look. For $1.89 per share. Wait there. It's like, that was less than the share price it was before. Anyway, no interest in this company. What was it? BSL. Was it BSL? BST. Let's have a look at the chart. And we'll have a look at the daily chart. And again, just based on the chart, I wouldn't be interested in this company, but takeover bid, anyway, I'm not interested at all. Get rid of that, not that. And let's go next company, Avita. Now, I was going to mention this in the last 2 videos, but I completely forgot. They released an announcement at 8:42 a.m. Avita Medical reports in US dollars. As simple as that. And I think there was a little bit of confusion about their results because Avita, let's just have a look. Avita released their results on the 12th, which was the Friday. The Australian market, the share price on the Australian market, because this is dual listed, and the share price on the Australian market didn't do much. Then overnight, on the Friday session in the America, share price was down something like 20%. And then there was a reaction from the Australian market. And I'd say there was confusion about what dollars they do report in, and they report in American dollars. Just based off their release today, They just want to clarify their report in American dollars. Share price down 3.5% today. But just have a look at this chart for Avita. It was a beautiful looking chart, a beautiful uptrend developing. And then the share price, so on the Friday, share price was down, 5.4%. But the next day it was down 19.6% because of what happened on the American markets. Share price right now is in a support zone. So that green area, that green shaded area, I would consider a support zone. So we don't want to see the share price fall much lower than what it is now. Probably if it does fall below $3, I'd probably get fairly nervous if I was a shareholder of this company. And that's a fair bit lower than it is now. And the reason why the share price has really taken off, particularly in late February, was just a very bullish commentary from the company that there is going to be a lot of cash flow coming to this company in the next year or so. That's why the share price has taken off, almost $500 million market cap. Now on to the next company, a company I have done no research on, United Malt Group. Half-year reports and accounts, share price up 2.3%. Market cap 1.3 billion. I do believe this is like the fourth biggest commercial maltster in the world. Yeah, I've done no research on this company. UMG, let's have a look at the chart because I don't even think I've looked at the chart before. Very rarely look at the chart. Well, something happened on the 28th of March. Was that a takeover bid or a really good announcement? Anyway, let's have a look at the weekly chart just to see, And this is another reason why I probably never really followed this company. I haven't been around for long. Anyway, share price really doing nothing. So let's go on to the next company, which was Cettire. Mentioned Cettire in yesterday's video because the share price went up initially and then down a fair bit. And then today, there was a response to press speculation. And this was in regards to the CEO possibly selling out. And the CEO said, that's not true. I am not selling any of my shares. Relating to a potential sale of shares in the company by founder and CEO Dean Mintz. And Mr. Mintz says this speculation is unfounded and that he does not have any intention to sell shares in the company at the current time. More than likely, this means the share price of Cettire has gone up today. 13.2%. And this is just Cettire, just being silly. Cettire is very volatile. I find Cettire's share price very, very volatile. But the share price closed right on, I think yesterday I mentioned, around about $2 is a really strong resistance level for this company. The share price closed at $2.02, so right on that resistance level. If the share price can remain above $2, right now would be a good time to buy, take a position, because if the share price fell below $2, you'd sell because it's broken, hasn't really successfully broken that resistance level, but this could be the move above $2. This could be the breakout for Cettire. So good volume as well today. So put that onto my watch list. I should just mark it down. Companies I just want to follow a little bit more. Cettire and Serko, just based off the charts and based off how the market has reacted in the last few days. Next company is, according to this, it's Weebit Nano at 850. So Weebit Nano had a massive down day yesterday, and then the company received an ASX price query. Typically, it's when the share price has increased a lot on no news. The companies receive a price query from the ASX, but this was the complete opposite. Share price nosedived on the Tuesday. They received an ASX price query. More than likely, I actually have not read this. So more than likely, they have said, we have no idea why it fell. And no, they answered question one as no. And then they can actually say if there's any other reason why they might think it's down a fair bit. A lot of times when this happens, the share price might rally because it might soothe shareholders' concerns, particularly retail shareholders' concerns, that someone in the know is selling because of a bad reason. And retail investors always think they are the last to know. It's not always true. So let's see how the market responded today. For Weebit, I think it should be up, down 6.9%. I was wrong. Okay, so let's have a quick look at Weebit Nano share price. Chart, I mean. So again, this is share price of this car is just volatile. I'm interested in the technology. I hope this company can make it, but just this volatility in the share price. There's two massive down days in the past 2 months. Share price down towards in a sort of a support zone. So if you're really keen to take a holding or a position in this company, maybe now is the time to do it. If the share price might fall a little bit to $5, if the share price falls below $4.50, that would be very bearish because the previous low was around about $4.50. So Weebit Nano went the opposite way to what I thought. Solver claim, ASIC claim. This is more than likely going to be a negative reaction from the market because not this company, but one of the subsidiaries may have done something naughty in relation, failed to provide adequate training and professional development to its staff, failed to provide adequate templates, forms, checklists, and guides for staff, and failed to assess the skill and competency of its representatives. I'm pretty sure this is, subsidiary. The automotive finance specialist confirms a subsidiary of the group has been served with proceedings filed by ASIC in the Federal Court of Australia. This should have led to the share price decreasing for Solver 8.6%. I was looking at a potential, not a potential buy, but putting this onto my watch list just because I thought maybe they were showing signs of share price wanting to turn around, particularly after the 18th of April, share price up 12.8% on that day. But again, sometimes I just want to wait. And because I waited, you see the share price falling, and that was actually a bad sign. And so share price not in an uptrend. That was not confirmation of a breakout. So I'm glad I waited, but I waited for a reason. And I have those reasons there for a reason. That makes sense. So it's Solver 908, another company, Ologio, trading update and scheme implementation deed. I haven't had a look at this. Down 37%. Okay. Either something happened with the scheme implementation deed or this was a really negative trading update. I'm not going to even look at it. There's no point at this point because I'm not that keen in this company. It was a recent, this company is a recent IPO. The chart here. So there was a takeover bid for this company on the 27th of March, share price up 44.7%. If I was a shareholder of this company, I would have sold out on that day because some people say, well, you never know, maybe the takeover bid will be improved or maybe there will be another takeover bid from another company. History shows that doesn't happen all that often, and it's actually best to sell out when there is a takeover bid. And this is a prime reason because the share price on that day, you could have sold out at about 29 cents, and now the share price is 17. Not quite half of 29 cents, but something happened today with this trading update or implementation scheme. Maybe we should just open up and see because, this is what I usually do on these sort of days. Those announcements that I don't look at, and then I see a significant positive or negative reaction from the market, I will have a look at. And this is a profit downgrade just based off there. Well, I shouldn't zoom out or zoom in. Zoom out, zoom in. So forecast normalized EBITDA has been revised to be between 4.8 and 5.1. Previous was 6.4 to 8.2. Significant downgrade. So it looks like that's one of the reasons why this company has been sold off today. And still like it's still going on. Hasn't been nixed by the takeover company. Extended by 2 weeks, and the overall indicative timetable extended by 1 week. So the reason why the share price of this company fell through the floor was because of a profit downgrade. Maybe something in this scheme implementation. Can't say implementation. Maybe I just have to think about it before I say it. Next company is Appen. So yesterday, Appen went into a trading halt because of capital raising. They announced a capital raising about 50 minutes after they went into a trading halt. So trading halt at 8:01, and then they announced the capital raising at 8:53 and 8:59. It was at a 20% discount or 25% discount to the share price. I think it was done at $1.85. I think I mentioned yesterday, I would expect the share price to probably open up around about $1.90 to $2. And who knows what happens after that. It all depends on what the market thinks about the capital raising. And I'm not as smart as the market. I don't know what the market's thinking. So this is very important. What has happened to Appen share price today? It's going to be down, without doubt. Whether it's down 5% or 15% is just dependent on what the market thinks about the capital raising. So here we go. Up. Well, I was completely wrong. I thought it would be definitely down today. The very fact it's up 0.4% is actually a good sign. The other interesting thing, that can't be right. Let's have a look. Oh, it's right. Opened 191. So it opened where I thought it might open. And then the share price rallied. I wouldn't have wanted to be a shareholder who sold at open because the share price had increased. What's 40 over? That's like a 25% increase in share price on open. That's ridiculous. Is that 40 right? 40 divided by 200. Yeah, that's a 20% increase in share price. Sorry, I can't do my maths. 20% increase in share price. Anyway, let's have a look at the daily chart. This is really interesting. I'm shocked that the share price is up. And this should be, yeah, this is a green. See the green one-day candlestick. So you do want to see that sort of solid green candlesticks. That means the share price, again, this is the second time we've seen this. Share price opened at the low and closed at the high of the day. It's a very bullish one-day candlestick. Not only that, share price fell through that resistance or that support level at about $2.25. And the share price had fallen through that the previous 2 days. But the share price rallied to get back above that support level. Again, another bullish sign. Not much selling either. So the market actually loved this capital raising. So those selling at the open were more than likely retail shareholders who got freaked out by this capital raising, by the discount, that sort of thing. So just have a look at the 1 minute chart. This is going to be fascinating. So you can see, yeah, whoa, you can see this is, yep, share price down and open by about almost 20%. And that rally in the share price in the first 15 minutes, share price went from $1.91 back up to $2.14 in 15 minutes. And the share price sort of was gradually going higher from then and then rallied in the last hour. So a good day, great day for Appen and its shareholders, particularly those who bought in that first 15 minutes. This is sort of a situation where you might want to buy on open. I very rarely do that, if ever at all. So complete opposite to what I thought was going to happen with Appen. And the last company I wanted to look at today is a company I haven't looked at that much. Geffen, or shouldn't, removal from official list. They decided they don't want to be listed on the ASX for numerous reasons. I'm pretty sure this is an Israeli-based company. They don't have much or any business in Australia or Asia Pacific. And that's one of the reasons why they want to get out. And typically, when a company announces they want to be removed from the official list of the ASX, you will see the share price completely crater because those who are holding and want to have their money within the or on the ASX, they will sell out. They don't care how much they sell out. Share price down 52.6%. That's not a surprise. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see the share price rally from here. Market cap 1.3 million. That's ridiculous. I think that's way too low. And one of the reasons they also decided to get out of the ASX is because they think the company is undervalued. I'm not sure if I agree with that. Anyway, so let's have a look to see the announcements released after 10 a.m. because I usually leave my computer just after 10 a.m. when the market's opened. And sometimes you will see interesting announcements released between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. or even after 4 p.m. But the reason I go away at 10 a.m. is because there's not many announcements released during the rest of the day. In fact, look at this. There was no price-sensitive announcements, only one released after 1:50 p.m. And I'm just going to see if there's any interesting announcements at all. There was just this update on proposed schemes of arrangement between Elixinol and the Sustainable Nutrition Group. I don't care about that. Money Me executes warehouse term. I don't care about that. Close the loop business update. That's a neutral sort of reaction. Nuix ASIC investigation. Let's have a look at this first. This could be really bad. Share price could be down a lot. Has been informed that this is just because the CEO bought some shares in early September 2022. There should not be a reaction from the market over that. Up 4.6%, so the market didn't care. OneView Healthcare, pause in trading. Metro Mining, I am interested in that. Final investment decision on expansion project. Up a little bit, not much. It says 8.6%, but it's only up 0.002 because the share price is so low. Wealthily, don't care about that. And OneView went into trading halt. The share price is probably a price query. Okay. So a really interesting day on the ASX again. Really interesting reaction from Serko. Another interesting reaction from Appen. Those are probably the two really interesting reactions from the market. Appen just stuns me at this point in time. So let's have a look at the best performing companies and the worst performing companies today. Let's zoom in a little bit. So Command plus. Let's move mine over here. In fact, we'll start with the best gainers today. See if I've missed anything. Okay, Rhythm Biosciences up 95.7%. So this is what I do every day. So I look at the announcements. I look for those announcements in the morning that are of interest to me. Then I go have a look at the best performing and the worst performing companies on the day. And this will show me those other good announcements or bad announcements that I might have missed. And Rhythm Biosciences must have released a really good announcement today. And what I do is I just click on the ticker code, takes me to the website on Market Index, and there should be an announcement list here. UK CA mark granted for Colostat. So the market absolutely love that. Rhythm Biosciences, let's have a look at the chart, see if this is a potential breakout. The other thing I do, really can't say that just based off this chart. Share price down a lot on 6th of March, down 38%. So a really high volume, but I wouldn't necessarily say this was a breakout. A little bit of selling during the day. Share price closed at 68.5 cents, but the high was 83 cents. So that is telling us there was a little bit of selling during the day. And the reason they were selling was because there would have been quite a few shareholders who bought in at high prices in the past, and they saw the opportunity to sell out. So that's why I wouldn't say this is any sort of breakout. It might be a positive announcement, but a positive announcement in itself is not good enough for a breakout. You need to have the chart favoring you as well. And that's why when I look for breakouts, I'm looking for at least a 6-month high, preferably a 1-month high in the share price, because I don't want those resistance investors. Those resistance investors are those who bought in at high share prices in the past. And that sort of plan of attack that I do have has worked wonderfully well in the past. And that's why I wouldn't have even looked at taking a position in this company, even though this might have been a positive announcement. Okay. And then we had Serko. Serko was the second best performing company on the market. Then Neuronix, Cassis Mining, OneView Healthcare, Happy Valley. A lot of these companies have a very low market. DRA Global was a company I did look at a few years ago. I think I did a video on that company. Temple Webster, one of the best performing companies. I'm looking for any other significant, interesting companies here. Patriot Battery Metals has a market at 557 million. I don't know anything about that company. Up 15.4%. Immutep up 14.9%. I'm also looking at the market, just seeing if there's any big market cap companies up a lot today. So no billion-dollar companies up big. The other thing I'm looking for is those big companies up big. But usually if they are up big, there's probably an announcement involved, and we didn't see any significant announcements. So that's why we're not seeing any massive companies. There we are. Life 360 is the only massive company up. Market cap 1.36 billion, up again 5.7% today. That's not a lot. I sort of ignore those up days. Now let's have a look at the top losers today, and this will be it for today's video. We've already talked about Alogio, down 37% today on the back of negative trading update. SRJ Technologies, market cap 3.32 million. That could be just noise. So let's have a look to see if they release anything. Can't remember seeing anything SRJ, but 17th, yep. SRJ secures order for Trident BMC for Baltec solution. Doesn't sound negative, but the market doesn't like that. SRJ. Oh, well, yeah, the share price just, well, there's a massive bad day, really bad day on the 22nd of December 2022, down 72%. Not sure what happened then. I don't really follow this company at all, but that's sort of going to be a weird announcement. Just the title of the announcement is pretty weird for a big down day. Let's have a look at other companies. Vonex down at 2 cents. Jeez. Bezra Gold 26.5. I don't think they would have released anything today. I didn't see anything from Bezra. That's one company I would have noticed. Not 12th of May. So I did feature this company in a few of my trading update videos because the share price has been on a tear and then share price has really pulled back. Share price has pulled back towards the support zone. This is green area. You can see every single time the share price pulls back to that, you see the share price take off again. Possibly that's what is going to happen with Bezra Gold again. The share price has decreased a lot from its highs about a week ago. Share price got up to about 44 cents. Share price now down to 26.5 cents. So there's going to be a lot of resistance moving forward because it was pretty high volume, not only that day, also the next day. So a lot of day traders are going to be underwater for Bezra Gold. So I'm not surprised that sort of reaction. I was really surprised the reaction from the market on that day, up 100% on news we already knew about. Well, 100%, not 100% knew about, but we had a good idea it was going to happen. And that might be it. I'm doing this a little bit quicker than I usually go because I want to finish this video. Magnus Energy up a lot yesterday, down 9.5%, not unusual. Solvar down 8.6, already talked about that. Incitec Viv, already talked about that. And we're getting to where share price down. In seeds, a lot of companies share price down 7.14%. That's because share price is fairly low. Weebit Nano, another big company, down a bit. So that's all I have for today's video. Oh, Frontier Digital Ventures down 41, well, not 41%, down 6.8% to 41 cents. This is a company I actually am interested in. I'm just waiting for a bit of an inflection point. And this is why I'm waiting. Share price down a fair bit. This is a company that owns digital marketplaces in, I wouldn't say third world countries, but like Pakistan, Latin America. And I think that is a significant growth area in the future. But the market just doesn't like this company right now. They did do a fairly big capital raising. Share price has fallen from $1.88 down to 41 cents in the past 18 months. And the share price, well-defined downtrend. So I am following this company, but the share price just keeps on dropping. And I'm waiting for a bit of a shift in sentiment and any sort of good financial news from the company. They have really sort of semi-good financial news, but the market is just not buying it at this point in time. So really that's it for today's video. If you like this sort of video, leave your feedback in the comment section. Otherwise, I'm not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.